Now there's a fight in the ring. McGregor takes a left, a right, a left. Oh boy, it looks like some of Khabib's people have jumped into the ring. And there's
What up, what up? This is your boy Crisscross 304 back for segment 2, and you're hearing some of the sights and sounds from the UFC, and most importantly, just the other day, Chan Sung Jun shocked Renato Moicano. And in the new UFC rankings, he's jumped up 6 spots from number 12 to number 6, and is now legit. When you look at the featherweight division ruled right now by Max Holloway, you have Alexander Volkanovski at number 1, Brian Ortega 2, Jose Aldo 3, Frankie Edgar number 4, Zabit Magomedov number 5, and then sitting at 6, Chan Sung Jun, who moved up 6 spots in the featherweight rankings. Moving on to the flyweight and bantamweight rankings, you have Henry Cejudo, who rules both of those divisions. Okay, so new rankings in the flyweight division: Jussier Formiga number 1, number 2 Joseph Benavidez, number 3 Alexander Pantoja, and we'll leave it there. In the bantamweight, also ruled by Henry Cejudo, number 1 Marlon Moraes. Despite losing to him, he still remains number 1. But someone to look at, number 2 Aljamain Sterling, who should really be in line for the bantamweight title shot against Henry Cejudo, who also wants to move up to featherweight and challenge Max Holloway. So Sterling might be in waiting. And then you have Rafael Asuncayo and Peter Yan. And Peter Yan is a serious fighter at number 4, if you didn't see his last fight. So those are some things to take into consideration there in those 3 lighter weight divisions. In the lightweight division itself, Khabib Nurmagomedov, your champion, number 1 interim champion, and they'll face off at UFC 242, Dustin Poirier. Then you have Tony Ferguson, number 2, sitting in weight. He should be next in line to get a fight. Then you have Conor McGregor still at 3, Donald Cerrone, the Cowboy, number 4, and Justin Gaethje, number 5. In the welterweight division, Kamaru Usman ruling that division as the champion. Number 1, Tyrone Woodley, who he beat for the belt. Number 2, Colby Covington. Number 3, Rafael dos Anjos. Keep an eye on number 5, Ben Askren, who's undefeated and will fight at UFC 239. And speaking of UFC 239, there you heard in the preview recorded about a month ago, Francis Ngannou will fight this Saturday rather than the following Saturday. That was a big shift when Tyrone Woodley had to pull out of this next fight. In the middleweight division, Robert Whittaker, champion, and you have Israel Adesanya, the interim champion. So that's going to have to be messed with at some point. Israel Adesanya, undefeated, very good fighter. Number 2, Yoel Romero. Number 3, Luke Rockhold, who we'll see in about 10 days from now. Number 4, Kevin Gastelum. And number 5, Jack Hermanson. Number 6, Ronald Souza. Number 7, Chris Weidman. I mean, it's probably one of the toughest divisions. That's why we give you so many here. Light heavyweight, John Jones. We'll see him next week against Thiago Santos. Daniel Cormier, number 1. Thiago Santos, number 2. Anthony Smith, number 3. Alexander Gustafsson, who says he's not fighting anymore, but we'll see. Number 4, Dominic Reyes, number 5. And then you move on to the heavyweight division, Daniel Cormier, the champion. Stipe Miocic, number 1. Francis Ngannou, who we'll see this Saturday, number 2. Junior Dos Santos, 3. Curtis Blades, 4. Derek Lewis, 5. Alistair Overeem, 6. Then you got Jessica Andrade, the champion of the women's strawweight, with Rose Namajunas, number 1. Women's flyweight champion, Valentina Shevchenko. Number 1 contender still, Jessica Ai, even though she got knocked out pretty quickly by Shevchenko. Then you got Caitlin Chukagian sitting there in weight as well. One notable, Andrea Lee beat Montana De La Rosa this past weekend. She moved up 3 spots from number 10 to number 7. And I said during that broadcast that she looks just like Holly Holm, a young Holly Holm. So keep an eye on Andrea Lee, because she's going to get better and better, and she's 7 now. But I can tell you, a year from now, she won't be 7, even in a few months from now after her next fight. And then in the champion of the women's bantamweight and the women's featherweight, you have Amanda Nunes. So when you look at those rankings, you got number 1, Holly Holm, who moved up 1 spot. She was 2. So that's going to be a big event at UFC 239. You got the champion versus number 1 contender. Holly Holm lost the title to Nunes, so she's going to be ready for this fight. And number 2, Ketlin Vieira. Number 3, Jermaine Day Randami. So a lot going down there in the UFC rankings, lots of changes, but that's your basic breakdown. Your pound for pound top ranked fighters: Daniel Cormier, number 1, John Jones, number 2, Khabib Nurmagomedov, number 3, Henry Cejudo, 4, and Max Holloway, 5. Amanda Nunes, 6, Kamaru Usman, 7, Dustin Poirier, 8. And I'll tell you right now, in the first 7, you could ask anybody and they might give you a different 7, but the 7 is going to remain the same. Because any one of those, I mean, you could put Amanda Nunes number 1, you could put Henry Cejudo number 1, you could for sure put Khabib number 1 in the pound for pound ranking. So those are going to completely keep changing, although there was no change this time around. Stay tuned for segment 3 as we'll break down the baseball situation and look at some scores from this past evening and current games going on as of right now. This is your boy Crisscross304. You're listening to the community. Find us on Instagram at Crisscross304, at SH Sports Hip Hop, at the Community 50, at MMA Monsters 82, and make sure you subscribe to the channel here. Stay tuned. This is Tear Down the Walls. We'll be right back.
Fuck the devil. 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 Ayy, tear down the wall. Ayy, tear it down. Ayy, I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown. Ayy, tear down the wall. Ayy, tear it down. Ayy, tear it down. Ayy, tear it down. Ayy, tear down the walls. Ayy, tear them down. Ayy, I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown. Ayy, tear down the walls. Ayy, tear them down. Ayy, tear them down. Ayy, tear them down. Ayy, oh yeah.
I'ma worship ladder, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you motherfuckers, got a problem with it.
Oh